Before we start, a quick note about scheduling. Today marks the beginning of WTF Infrastructure Week. That means today will be the last edition of the podcast for the week. We'll be doing a short update on Tuesday, December 29th, and unless something truly bonkers happens, the next time you'll be hearing from us will be on Monday, January 4th. There will also be a members-only update on the state of WTF next week, so if you want in on that, be sure to go over to the main website and become a supporting member. In the meantime, I hope you all have a safe and happy New Year, and please, don't forget to watch your social distancing, wear your mask, and wash your damn hands. We're all glad you're here. All right, let's go.
I am asking Congress to amend this bill and increase the ridiculously low $600 to $2,000 or $4,000 for a couple. I'm also asking Congress to immediately get rid of the wasteful and unnecessary items from this legislation and to send me a suitable bill, or else the next administration will have to deliver a COVID relief package, and maybe that administration will be me, and we will get it done. Thank you very much.
Hello and welcome to What the F*** Just Happened Today, your essential guide to the daily shock and awe in national politics. I'm Joe Amvitas. Let's get to it. It's Wednesday, December 23rd, 2020. Welcome to day 1434. Trump vetoed a $741 billion defense spending bill, which the House and Senate passed with veto-proof majorities. Trump refused to sign the legislation, saying that it includes provisions that fail to respect our veterans and military's history, a reference to a provision instructing the military to strip the names of Confederate leaders from military bases. Trump also suggested that the bill was a gift to China and Russia, and complained that the bill limited his authority to remove troops from Afghanistan and Germany. Trump also demanded a repeal of Section 230, which protects tech companies from legal responsibility for content posted on their websites. A repeal of Section 230 was not included in the National Defense Authorization Act. Both chambers plan to return the week after Christmas and are expected to vote to override the veto, making it the first successful veto override of Trump's presidency. Trump also suggested that he would not immediately sign the $900 billion coronavirus relief package passed by Congress, calling it a disgrace that is full of wasteful and unnecessary items. He demanded that Congress increase the ridiculously low $600 stimulus checks to $2,000. Trump largely left negotiations over the measure to lawmakers and his Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin, who was responsible for the $600 stimulus check idea. It's called the COVID relief bill, Trump said, but it has almost nothing to do with COVID. If Trump refuses to sign the bill, the government would shut down on December 29th, the emergency economic aid would be frozen, and benefits from the previous COVID relief bill would expire at the end of the month, including a moratorium on evictions and extended unemployment insurance, all of which were addressed in the package that was approved by a veto-proof margin. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, meanwhile, responded to Trump's call to increase the stimulus checks to $2,000 per adult, saying she would bring the measure to the floor by unanimous consent this week. Meanwhile, the Trump administration agreed to buy 100 million additional doses of the Pfizer coronavirus vaccine. The $1.95 billion agreement doubles the U.S. order of the vaccine to 200 million doses. Combined with the 200 million doses of the Moderna vaccine, the U.S. has acquired 400 million total doses, enough to treat 200 million people. Just over 1 million people in the United States have already received their first dose of the vaccine, roughly 19 million doses short of the federal government's goal of inoculating 20 million Americans by the end of the year. Moving on, Trump granted clemency to 20 people, including 2 people who pleaded guilty as part of Robert Mueller's Russia inquiry, 4 Blackwater contractors who were convicted of killing 14 Iraqi civilians, and 3 former Republican members of Congress. Trump pardoned former campaign aide George Papadopoulos and Alex van der Zwaan, both of whom pleaded guilty to lying to investigators during the Russia investigation, and neither of whom cooperated with Mueller. More than half of the cases did not meet the Justice Department's standard for consideration. Meanwhile, the White House sent staffers a memo that they will start departing the week of January 4th, but were later instructed to please disregard that email. In the first memo, staffers were sent information about their pay, benefits, records, and security clearance, including a note that said they would receive a comprehensive checklist in the coming days and would be directed to take inventory of your office space. And finally, a top Dominion voting systems employee sued the Trump campaign, several campaign surrogates, and pro-Trump media outlets alleging defamation. Despite no evidence of widespread voter fraud or irregularities, Eric Coomer was forced into hiding after becoming the subject of baseless conspiracy theories accusing him of using his position to steal the election for Biden. Those being sued include Rudy Giuliani, Sidney Powell, Newsmax, One America News Network, One America reporter Chanel Rion, blogger Michelle Malkin, and others. Separately, the law firm representing Dominion Voting Systems sent letters to White House counsel Pat Cipollone and Rudy Giuliani instructing them to preserve all records related to Trump's conspiracy theories. The defamation attorneys warned Giuliani to stop making defamatory claims against Dominion and to preserve and retain all documents relating to Dominion and your smear campaign against the company because legal action is imminent. That's all for now. You can find the links and sources for all of these stories on the main website. And as always, visit whatthefjusthappenedtoday.com for the latest news and headlines. Until next time, I'm Joe Amditas.
Send me a suitable bill, or else the next administration will have to deliver a COVID relief package, and maybe that administration will be me.